So every moment, every waking state, the whole waking state of everyone here is nothing but a conditioned reaction. Moment to moment roles are all conditioned roles. Bhagavan here has given out that bombshell truth that there exists no roles. There are no roles existing in anyone here. There are no roles at all. There is no seer, there is no non-seer, there is no separate entity existing anywhere in this cosmos. Only that is. That is the greatness of Bhagavan. See, he has brought the truth to every one of us and revealed it saying, you are that, not this your waking state entity. That stillness, the silent stillness. See, the moment I say stillness, stillness is completely noiselessness also. That is why stillness is associated with silence here. That's what Bhagavan has said. Nindrida kandeen. Kandavan nindrida, nindrida kandeen. Nindrida kandeen. There was of something because nothing, only easiness was prevailing there. That easiness alone is in which there are no I, you and other things. And there are no movements at all. It only is. Thoughts only move. Intelligence does not move. Because it fills. There is no in and out. There are no in and outside for intelligence. There are no inside and outside for easiness. This is pure subjectivity which is 100% identical to deep sleep existence of everyone. Identical. Truth is identical. Because in our deep sleep, no one exists. For a person who is fast asleep, what can he say? Whether he exists or he doesn't exist. What is it, that state? It is so simple and so direct, easy. The truth is immediate. We are the truth. This is fake. The speaker is the fake. The doer, the roles are fake. The roles are false. They are nothing but conditioned past, waking up as a different entity, as a separate entity, and undergoes various actions under various roles. Be it any number of roles, when the truth is not that, let him be an emperor or let him be a pauper. What difference does it make? When truth is revealed, when truth is known, that I am not my roles. No one here is his role. They are there, they exist there, Because they were conditioned before. Those conditionings appear and disappear, appear and disappear. Because the stillness is intelligence itself. We will go to the third line of the verse. கண்டவன் என்றிட கருத்தெழவில்லை. கண்டிலன் என்றிட கருத்தெழுமா? See, he is questioning. If after this realization, I have become dumbfounded. I have become dumbfounded. Speech has not come. Words have not come. Words have not arisen in me. To say that there existed no seer in me, words have not arisen from me. To say that there are no roles here at all as doer, thinker, and separate entities, separate psychosomatic systems as human beings. No one exists, nothing exists separately at all. To say this, the words have not arisen. I could not speak, I cannot speak. I am not able to speak. I am not able to coin words, make a sentence to say there was no seer, because the separate entity is dead and gone. See what is happening in deep sleep for anyone and everyone. What's happening? Are we with our speech faculty? Do we sleep with each other with our speech faculty? Does anyone have a single thought during sleep? Then it is not sleep at all. Does any trace of cognition is there taking place in deep sleep? Is not the state of truth also identical to deep sleep state of every one of us? கண்டனன் என்றிட கருத்து எழவில்லை. Words could not arrange to form a sentence to say there was none, there was no seer at all. There was an entity who saw that, who has seen that. I cannot coin words because mind became non-existent. Mind has to come. Mind as such are nothing but thoughts. A thought has to come for us to utter, think, and to become separate also thought has to come. To speak also one has to become, I have to use my ego to explain this. That's what Bhagawan clearly here has said, that the ego is gone. How am I to say How am I to actually come out and say that there was no seer in me? Because the presence of ego is needed to do anything. Because ego is the linking thing, the binding glue between that intelligence, the one intelligence from which it draws all the power, and it invests that power through the body to its own likes and dislikes. This is how this waking state has been going on. What is a waking state? Be it anyone and everyone. What is a waking state? It is nothing but the power is consistently drawn from the intelligence and spent here, drained here through association with the body as I am, me, by me, for me, in me, on me, mine, all these activities. They are all seriously pursued by a fake center. What else is waking state? So Bhagavan, to say after that realization, I found one stillness that has been pervading in and through everything, that only is even a thought too, but in the presence of it, that has enveloped this is separate entity totally. It has consumed the separate center of Bhagavan, and there was no ego at all left to come out and express that state. That's beautifully he says, Kandanan endrida, I could not conceive nor I could talk. To say that I have seen, there is no such thing as I have seen. I am doing, I am liking, I like this, I don't like this, I have seen. The very next line comes in the opposite way also, in the negative way also. And for to say that I have not seen, I have not seen a separate a seer in me, for that will I be able to coin words and make it as a sentence? Can there be the ego left over to make an utterance that I have not seen? Even to say I have not seen, will there be an ego to say that? That is what in the fourth line he says. Kandilan endrida karutheluma. Can there be thought cannot arise? Can there be a thought arise to say that I have not seen? What is deep sleep? Reversible state of consciousness. That is what medically they say. It is a reversible state of every day we fall asleep. Everyone falls asleep. And they come out of that sleep into waking consciousness or waking mind. Consciousness, mind, jiva, person, individual, all are same words. We need not confuse at all. So, after the sleep, after deep sleep, everyone wakes up as wake consciousness. It is a reversible state of consciousness. What is this reversible state of consciousness? It repeats. Nothing but hollow, without realization, without realizing the fact there exists no entities at all. It perpetuates. It goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. All the pursuits are continued. No new moments at all for anyone. Who lives anew? Who lives newly to every moment? One who has known that it alone exists. It alone is, nothing else is. These are all nothing but they are all being carried on, that's all, in its light. These things do not have a separate, independent light of their own. They do not have a separate, independent light of their own. Bhagawan, the whole verse, is actually nothing but he was digging himself. Each one of us has to dig ourselves. We have to dig ourselves and know the truth one to one. From the angle of truth, spirituality is not a mass practice at all. Realization is not a mass conference like realization at all. One treads this path solely on his own endeavor. It expects one to one, direct. That's what the word aparoksha anubhuti means. It's just like an interview. How do we attend interviews? It's one to one. Your credentials, you are presenting in front of me, and I am probing your in-depth knowledge. I am verifying your skills, one to one, questioning you. That is what is an interview. The same thing happens here. That is why throughout waking state we should be able to live throughout with that one to one. That's what in Bhagavad Gita also Lord Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana pariyupasate teshan nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I am responsible for their moment to moment welfare. Let them not fear at all. Instead, what they have to do, they should not alienate me. They should not put me in a higher pedestal. Even a god, don't revere me as a god. Don't look up to me. Don't yearn things. Don't even pray. Treat me as your friend. Treat me as your relation. Treat me everything as you are. How you treat yourself, the same way you treat me too. Don't even alienate me. Do not put me in any of you. See how you treat yourself in your moment to moment living. In the same way, as if I am also having a flesh and blood body, a body with flesh and blood, the same way a breathing body which is alive, just like that. Talk to me, fight with me, do anything and everything, but this should be not with a, not in a way that I am something different from you, that why I should be made use of only as a Lord or God. No, not the thing. Here Bhagavan, he says that very Atman is everything. Your body, your senses, your intellect, your past, your conditions, everything is that. The only thing is, you will have to turn within. It is not outside of you. It is not in the world. Because everything is coming from within. Only that is the greatness of Bhagavan, that he has brought everything to one individual. That is the highest flowering that's happening as a human being. Human being alone is endowed with this in-depth investigation and assimilates that realization as one's own. It's not. Realization is a transformation. The form undergoes complete change. It is not the physical form at all. One's consciousness is no more, it is extroverted. It is not living out of thoughts, and it is not living by thoughts, and it is not living through thoughts. Everything originates from the stillness, easiness, awareness. It is not simply a static stillness. It is not the opposite of movement. It is intelligence. Intelligence which is still and permeates. What is pervasion? Filling up, fullness. In and through. There is no tiniest spot also here which is left out with that. Fills. We will go to the fifth line. To come out of that state where the ego is dead and gone, there is no remain left over. Nothing remains as a leftover there to exist as an ego. The ego being killed, how am I to come and say that I have seen that? I was the seer. Because it was also a thought. Thought itself becomes the seer. Thought itself is the thinker. Observation, observed thing is also the observer. Thought is the thinker. Doer is the, deed is the doer. Everything is already predetermined, preordained. Nothing is new here. Only that is intelligent. Everything, the complete manifestation, including this waking consciousness. Why is it waking up at all? It is waking up because of its ignorance. Ignorance is waking up. What is ignorance? We have ignored to look at. Nothing else. It's so easy, so direct. No complications at all. Atmajnana, self-realization is here and now, immediate. See for yourself. Which we have ignored to see. That is why all these conditionings are prevailing and getting on, moving on, marching on to eternity also. If one becomes aware, one becomes conscious, of what is this as a role, as a psychological pursuit that is moving on in me, if he is able to look at even for an instant, it reveals immediately, because nothing exists. The thought moves away. When the thought moves away, the thinker is not there at all. Thought is the thinker. Everything disappears. Nothing is left over there. Only a stillness that has become the ego, that has become the thinker, hiding the thinker beneath the thought rules. Out of hundreds of thoughts, a thought suddenly comes out of it and says, oh, it's a good decision. As if, like it identifies itself with the body and it has thought those thoughts and says it's a good decision after this prolonged maneuverings with many thoughts. Yes, I have come to this conclusion. Yes, I will be like this. I will approach this in this way. This is what is. Every thought is thought by the thinker. Every deed is nothing but a thought. Thought is only getting converted into action. Be it a psychological action, psychological conclusions, judgments, so many things, or physically manifested actions. What else are they? So Bhagavan, in the fifth line, Vindidu Vilakida Viraluruvan Yar, Vindilai Pandini Vilakina Endral, Vindidadu Unnilai Vilakida Vendre, Vintalam Achalamai Vilangida Nindrai. See, Bhagavan at the age of 16, he has come to Tiruvannamalai, that is in Tamil Nadu state of India. When he has come there, upon hearing that one word from some of his relative who has come to his house about 6 months before his arrival to Tiruvannamalai, accidentally he spoke that name of that place, Tiruvannamalai, Arunachalam. This is what the word that transformed the little child Venkatraman into Ramana Maharishi. The single word Arunachalam that has transformed that consciousness. See, in Sanskrit, Achalam means hill, mountain. Chalam means movement. Achalam means that which doesn't move. The mountain is rocky mountain. It is a static mountain, giant mountain. So this word was uttered by that relative who has come to his house. Achala means mountain. Aruna means gold, golden mountain. And that word, Arunachalam, has ignited him. All his past must have arisen by then. He was Avatara Purusha. He has descended to tell the world how easy this Atmajnana is. How easy, how immediate, no complications, only sincerity, seriousness, earnestness, urgency. One needs urgency because the folly will continue. By default, what happens? The foolishness will continue. The ego will continue. Ego is nothing but ignorance. This waking state, to know or not to know, both comes out of ignorance. They are not light on their own. They have no light of their own. Only that alone that is identical to our deep sleep. To tell this, to declare this truth to the world, and the easiness of it, the simplicity of it, to declare it to the world, Bhagavan has descended, taken that form. When this word Arunachalam was told by the relative, some sort of inexpressible feelings has arisen in Bhagavan as a kid. Venkatraman as a kid. Then, now that he relates that, I was thinking that the truth is something very big, marvelous. So I was searching for that. I came here to Tiruvannamalai and I saw you standing as a mountain. Oh,